Lieutenant Colonel George Geczy comes from a military family. His grandfather, a Hungarian army officer, worked with U.S. military intelligence during World War II and then immigrated to America. Colonel Geczy's father served 2 tours in Vietnam as an army officer. In spite of that heritage, young George Geczy grew up much more interested in tennis than in the military. Strangely enough, that is what eventually would lead him to the U.S. Army.
Your family never imagined that you would end up being a soldier?
No, it's interesting how things turn out. First of all, I think some of my personality, I think my father thought, and my mother, I think my mother was more concerned about me coming in the Army than anyone was. Number one, I'm not a morning person. That doesn't bode well for a military career.
Considering that you had battle at 2 a.m. the other day.
Check, exactly. I'm good late night, It's the waking up part that gets to me.
As long as you don't go to bed, you're okay.
Yeah, Roger. I could do the late night thing. I get that from my mother. The other part is some of my personal disciplines. I'm not a great note taker. I'm not a things to do guy. Those are sort of traits I watched my father with, and he did not see them in me, in my other brothers, in terms of their daily organization to studies and chores and all that kind of stuff. I was more of the athlete in the family and pretty carefree, and I think my dad had visions of me being a tennis pro somewhere, teaching tennis.
Yeah.
And not, caught him by surprise when West Point expressed an interest in me in playing tennis, and I got kind of excited about it. I didn't quite have the grades to make it in the first cut, and had to go to the military academy.
So, wait.
Yeah.
You went to West Point to play tennis.
Yeah, is that something? I got recruited to play tennis, and that was sort of the in.
I don't know that I've ever heard that kind of.
No, it's a good one. I'd have to say, in my younger days in the Army, I didn't see myself really being in this chair that I'm in tonight as a battalion commander. But it really, given my father's experience, and then the guys that trained me, the battalion commanders that trained me, this was the Vietnam generation. These were the captains and lieutenants who were, in the crucible with the Bunsen burner up. And let me tell you, they injected into us as lieutenants a sense of commitment and a sense of spirit about the Army and how you can fix the Army, how you can be a positive influence on the Army.
But was your dad happy that you joined the Army?
Yes.
He was?
Yes.
But he just wanted to make sure that you were
He wanted to make sure that I was doing it for me and that I wasn't doing it to try to fulfill some sort of legacy.
Yeah.
That was his concern. And he expressed it very plainly. You will not be able to confront combat and lead soldiers in combat if you are doing this for somebody else. You will not be able to withstand the pressure, because then the doubts will creep in. It's got to be something you want to do. The commitment is so strong. So George, you're making a big decision here. No, I went infantry because of my dad, and again, the career that he had and the contributions that he made, and also the additional pressure of being a foot soldier appealed to me. So that's why I chose infantry. I'm very proud that I did, and I haven't ever regretted it. It really all boils down to, who can smack that other guy in the nose. And that, presenting close combat, is what the infantry is all about. And we are the guys that close with and finish the enemy off. And requires tough, demanding leaders to be able to do it.
Have you had the opportunity to be in that situation yet?
No, I have not. I have not been tested in a combat environment. I haven't been in that crucible. I've tried to be a very good student of history and find out the strengths and weaknesses of leaders in those kinds of environments. And I'm, like I said, I have my own personal doubts, but deal with those every day. I'm very confident in the training that I've received throughout my career. And I'm very confident in the men and women that I serve with. So it's that confidence and that training that when the time comes for George Geczy to go, I will go. If I don't accomplish my piece, I'm jeopardizing other soldiers.